بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا محمد وأهل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. Before we go into tonight's class, we will give two brief introductions. One introduction, we said we have two types of secured evidences. Do you remember them? Type A and type B. Two types of secured evidences. Two types. الأدلة المحرزة. الأدلة المحرزة. الأدلة المحرزة. We have two types. One of them we call it الدليل. Two types of secured. Both of them are secured. قطعي. القطعي. الدليل القطعي, which means what? Definite evidence. Which is what? The example of it is what? Typical example we always give is the khabar, which is mutawatir. The hadith that many people mention it and all of them are honest, trustworthy. It comes from different sources, not just one source, not just one individual, one person. Becomes mutawatir. Okay? The second one is what? Exactly. The second type of secured evidence are al-dhanni, conjecture. Dhanni, not qat'i, not definite. Okay, not definite. And the example of it is what? Exactly, khabar al-thiqa. The first one was khabar al-mutawatir. This one is only one person, one individual. But this, why do we call it secure then? If it is dhanni, dhan. Is dhanni secured?
No.
Exactly. Dhanni by its nature, it's not secured. It's not secured. But Sharia gave it the status of the qat'i. The Sharia, to make our life easy, because many of these narrations are going to be narrated solo by one person. And if we keep rejecting them, then what would you do with your ahkam? You can't get your rulings, okay? So the Sharia made it easier for us, so they said the hadith. What hadith gave us? Hadith was qat'i or dhanni? The hadith that gave authenticity to this. Exactly. The dalil which gave me credibility and authenticity and value to this was qat'i, was definite. Riwayah, qat'i, that you must, when someone is trustworthy, brings the news, okay, accept him. Now this is dhanni. Dhanni also are two types. Dhanni. Dhanni is one, khabar al-thiqa. The second one is what? Give me another example of dalil, which is secured, but it is conjectural. Dhanni. Huh? Imara. Or hujjiyatul hujj. Huh? Dhuhur. Yeah. Dhuhur al-kalam. Dhuhur al-kalam. Dhuhur al-kalam is what? The appearance of this sentence. What does the sentence tell you? What does it appear? The appearance. So it will be given hujjiyah. Both these, khabar al-thiqa is going to be hujjiyat khabar al-thiqa and hujjiyat dhuhur al-kalam. Why? Because also Sharia gives credibility to this one. It says, when the sentence is said in Arabic, the hadith is said, the ayah, what do aggregate people understand out of it? That sort of understanding, that sort of appearance is accepted to Sharia. Why? Because God wants to make the job easy. He does not speak another language. When he expresses himself in a way that most of us understand. However, there are other certices that are complicated for a reason. These are complicated for a reason. So you need to ask the expert. But the rest, when he says صلي is فعل أمر. It has commands. صلي. What does that say? The ظهور, what is the ظهور of it? The ظهور عرفي, the public understanding of it. صلي means, wajib. Unless there is qarina that says no. Another qarina, indication, qarina means indication, which says yes, though he said صلي, but in this context, it's not wajib, it's mustahab, for instance. But that requires what? Indication, qarina. Okay? To translate it. If there is no qarina, then we take it at face value. We take the first appearance of it, the natural appearance of it.
Plain meaning.
Plain meaning, exactly. This is ظهور الكلام. So this one, keep this one because this is related to tonight's class. أدلة المحرزة, we have two types, قطعي and ظني. The class tonight is about ما يثبت بالأدلة المحرزة. How far we can go with secured evidences. How far we can go. And we will understand the meaning of how far.
What was your example of قطعي again?
قطعي خبر المتواتر. This is dalil, evidence that has no shred of doubt in it. 100% authentic. Because
many people are
exactly, many people, and all those people are trustworthy. All of them are trustworthy. They have value. They can't. And no way they can congregate one day and conspire that let's fabricate this hadith. No way. Impossible. Some of them are there, some of them there, some of them. So Aql says no way one day they sat together and they said, let's bring up this hadith. No way.
Just to clarify, I'm sorry, the ظهور الكلام, appearance of the words, this is a form of dalil dhani?
Yes.
It's a form of it.
The Sharia gave it credibility, endorsed it. So it created hujjiyah for it. When we say hujjiyah, يعني value.
Right.
يعني you can depend on it, you can trust it, you can work upon it.
And the ظهور الكلام is like example that you give is amr.
Yes. Not nahi, don't drink this. When we say don't drink, it means haram. Unless if he wants to say makruh, detestful, then he has to bring me what? Indication, qarina.
Right.
Otherwise, if he leaves it like that, it means haram. Because this is the ظهور, this is what the society understands. This is what most people understand. When I say, don't touch this. Don't touch means don't touch. So if I accept the touching of it, then there should be qarina. Okay? Yeah. So the second thing that we have to go before we go into this, we touched upon that. We said we have several types of significations, dalalat. Significations, dalalat. Dalalat, and the singular is dalala. Dalala. Dalala means signification. We have the first one, we called it what? The first one, do you remember from last week? First one?
What it meant, whatever.
مطابقية, sameness. مطابقية means sameness. What does sameness mean? An example of that, or conformity, if you will. Conformity, مطابق, conformity. Conformity, sameness or conformity. Conformity, okay? What does مطابق mean, my friends?
And what you mean is sort of like, example, if you look at a book, you mean a book.
Exactly. The lafz, the utterance, the word matches the meaning. This word matches equal to exactly 100% to the meaning. An example of that. Give me an example. An example.
Pencil.
Pencil. This is pencil. Okay. This is, I say marker. Marker is this. Nothing else. This is marker. Okay. Or Arash is insan. He's a human. Okay. So this is the word matches the meaning. The second is what? What is the second one?
Implied.
Exactly. The implies. Which is what? تضمن. التضمنية. تضمن. To imply. To imply certain thing. To include. To imply or to include. And this is here دلالة اللفظ على جزء من المعنى. The word is not, let's look at this, please. Is not like that. No, it's not like that. We have to say part of the meaning. The word is part of the meaning is part of the word. Okay? Such as what? Such as
Example, last you got class.
class. Class, Arash. Class, what does it contain? Bless you. Class, it contains the board. It contains this one. Teacher, students, desk, chairs, all these things are called class. But sometimes I mean the students, not all the entire class. I say my class came with me. Does not mean the whole room with the chairs no. Means the students came. Okay? My class came with me today for lunch. It means just part of them, part of the meaning, not the entire meaning. Okay? So the word does not match exactly the meaning, but part of the meaning.
So say question, could it be that mutabaqiya is where the word has a single meaning, so no one can...
Not necessarily single meaning. We will understand that. Sometimes it does not have single meaning. It's up to the speaker to decide what meaning he intends. It's up to him. So not necessarily. But if he means something, it means the full meaning. Not when I say insan, I don't mean half a human being, half body. No, full body. Okay? When I say an egg, let's say, I mean the entire egg. Okay? When I say whatever, I mean the entire thing. I say this is a marker, not a broken one, full marker. Full marker, I call it marker. Not a broken marker, half marker. So the meaning matches the entire word or term.
So there is no need for Karina to understand that the meaning is exactly for the word.
No, but he's saying that it does. You do need...
If there is, if I need to give another, if something has different meaning, I have to use the qarina. Like wali in the Quran. Wali has different meanings. Wali could be servant, it could be master, it could be friend. Okay, so which one God wants? He gives qarina in the same ayah. Look at the ayah, look at before, look at after, look at why he said this. You will know the meaning of qarina. Okay? The third is what? Third is Al-iltizamiyya. What does iltizamiyya mean?
Metaphor?
Iltizamiyya means connotation. It means connotation. معنى ملازم. دلالة اللفظ على معنى ملازم. دلالة, this is the Arabic one of it. دلالة اللفظ على معنى ملازم. What does it mean in English? Let me wipe out this so I some room here. Meaning that the word has an inseparable attachment to it. Inseparable. Mulazim. Indicates the word. This is the meaning of it. This is the definition. The word that I'm speaking, the word has an inseparable meaning to it. To it. And it could be a metaphor. Metaphor. Huh? The meaning not necessarily real meaning. It could be metaphor. Such as what? Such as when I say, we have a lion among us. What does that mean? Always lion when I use it in certain countries and cultures. Maybe in other cultures does not apply. Huh? Maybe it applies in certain cultures, does not apply. Doesn't make sense in other cultures. I say we have a lion among us. What do I mean by that? By saying lion.
Courageous person.
Exactly. Because I did not say I see a lion in the zoo. If I say a lion in the zoo, then this is an animal. But when I say a lion among us, I see Hatam, mashallah. This person is Hatam al-Ta'i. What does Hatam al-Ta'i mean in Farsi?
Haven't heard that one. Hatam, I've heard that's a name.
Name. But in Arabic, among the Arabs, Hatam means generosity, because the man was so generous before Islam. And then his wife was captured. His daughter came to the Prophet asking for help. And the Prophet said, your father was a great father. He said a beautiful sentence about him. And if he was Muslim, if he died Muslim, had he died Muslim, لَتَرَحَّمْنَا عَلَيْهِ, I would have sent mercy upon him. But he died before Islam. So this man, he was known for his generosity. So they say Hatam came. Hatam, his name is not Hatam, but his character, inseparable, okay? This attachment, it's an attach. So anyone today who's called Hatam, it means he's generous. Anyone in the community is called a lion, it means he is brave, courageous.
There's a restaurant called Hatem.
Yeah, this is why he called it
That's what they call it. Yeah.
generous. Yeah, he wants to imply that I'm generous. Yeah, yeah, and he's really generous. Hatam's generous, I can tell. So now, when I say, let me see these two meanings, mutabiqi and iltizami. When I say Fulan, let's say Fulan, his name is Fulan, is living. Is living. Fulan. Let's say Ali. Ali is living. What does that mean? The sameness. The sameness, it means Ali is alive. Okay? What does this implies? It implies that Ali is breathing. When I go and look at him, I say, so can someone say, without seeing Ali, but he trusts me, okay? If I look at Ali, let's say Ali is in the hospital, ICU, what is it? ICU room, okay? And I go inside and I come and I say, guys, Ali is alive. Can someone say Ali is breathing or not?
Yes.
Huh? What do you think?
If he has qata, Yeah.
Yes, exactly. If I'm trustworthy and my speech has value, then definitely the meaning of living, which is mutabiqiyya, sameness, is the iltizam of it, implications of it is that he is what? The metaphor of it, we can see, or the inseparable meaning. Inseparable from living is what? Is breathing, I can say. Because most of the people, if they die, they can't breathe. So if they stop breathing, so he's living, it means he's breathing. This is an example of it. Okay? If I say this, if I say الرجل إنسان إنسان, this man is a human. What does the implication here, التزامية, دلالة الالتزامية, means? If I say Muhammad is a human, Akbar is a human, George is a human, what does this one means?
Kind person?
What does it mean? He's no. He's insan. He's a human. Not a human by character.
It means,
Meaning,
yeah, it means also he's an animal.
huh?
He's animal also?
Exactly. No, it's not animal. We leave it for another example. It means he is a speaking person. Insanun natiq. He's natiq. In logic, we will study this. Al-insan haywanun natiq. He is a natiq entity, natiq. So this one is here. The iltizam means natiq. Natiq means what, my friends?
Speaker.
Speak, what type of speaking? Just a little, he opens his mouth?
Knowledgeable speaking, like
Mantiq, with the reasoning.
With reason. He has reason. Animal could be natiq, but animal, they have all sorts of noises. But when insan speak, if he's insan, then he speaks with reason. Speaking with reason. This is the iltizam. Speaking with reason. Are these examples clear? So we go to tonight's lesson. These were muqaddama, by the way. Muqaddama. These two.
Sayyid, I'm still having a hard time with the third one because the third one is supposed to mean a metaphor, right?
Yeah.
But I don't see
The connotation. The third one means the connotation. What are you trying to say? That is the third one. When you said, when mutabiqiyya is, Umid is insan. Okay, Umid is insan. This is mutabiqiyya. Means Umid equals to insan. You can put here Umid and then equal to insan. Okay, I got it. Then if someone asks you, what are you trying to say? You said Umid insan. Here, this is the connotation. You say, I meant, by saying he's insan, I meant he speaks with reason. He's haywanun natiq. He uses reason.
So the third one, the first one, you don't need clarification. Anybody will understand.
Exactly.
The third one, you need to further.
Absolutely. And this is why we put the title here. How far, look at me please, this is really tough, but if we pay attention to it, it becomes easy. How far the dalil can serve me? Can it serve me only at this level? Which definitely it can. But can it also serve me at this level? How do you say sure? We don't know.
Well, if you get the connotation, it can. You need to
They say,
Karina.
I'll give you, okay. They say, if your dalil is qat'i, yes, it can serve you definitely at this level as well as this one too. If your evidence is definite, where is definite? We raised qat'i. But if the dalil is dhanni, it only can serve you at this level. Because the Shara' gave credibility to it. The credibility is not automatic. The difference, Arash, between Qat'i and Dhanni, Qat'i earns it credibility automatically, not by the endorsement of the Shara', lawgiver. No. We mentioned this millions of times. You were not here. While the Dhanni, it does not come automatic. Didn't we say this many times? Huh? Did I say this or I didn't? I said that Dalil of Dhanni in the past does not earn its hujjiyya credibility automatically. Who gives credibility to it? The Shari'. Because this one has, at this level, if the Dalil is definite, at this level, we can prove the signification, dalala of it. The dalala al-mutabiqiyya and dalala al-iltizamiyya, both. Because the Dalil is qat'i. Qat', 100%. So I know, I'll give you an example of that. We will give an example. That if the Shara', let's say, for the sake of argument, don't question this, just accept it as I am telling you. If the Shara' says during the time of ghayba, the occultation, the absence of the ma'soom imam, then Salatul Jumu'ah, look at me carefully. Salatul Jumu'ah becomes wajib ta'ayyunan. Specifically you have to pray, ta'ayyun, not ikhtiyari, either this or that. No, let's say we have a dalil. Okay? Dalil is qat'i, for the sake of argument. We have dalil, evidence, secured, definite, that says during the time of occultation, the Friday prayers becomes specifically mandatory, meaning only you have today Friday prayers. So that is the meaning of the mutabiqiyah. What is the meaning of iltizami? What do we understand from this hadith? What's the iltizami meaning of it? What is the iltizami signification of it? The mutabiqi signification that Salatul Jum'ah becomes wajib.
Yeah, you don't need to pray Dhuhr.
Exactly. Ahsant. If the dalil is qat'i, I'm repeating myself many times. If the dalil is definite, and it tells you that during Asrul Ghaibah, the period of occultation, the absence of the Imam, absence from our eyes, not the absence from life. He's there, we don't have access to it. If Salatul Jum'ah becomes specifically mandatory, that is here at this level. Can we draw another conclusion, iltizami conclusion, connotation, whether it is metaphor or inseparable meaning? Iltizam has many different, Arabic language is very sophisticated. So does that mean Salatul Dhuhr becomes non-wajib? It's dropped off? Yes. If the dalil is qat', yes. Because with the same strength, Dr. Ali,
Yes.
with the same strength that we proved that Salatul Jumu'ah is specifically mandatory, with the same strength we're going to prove that the Dhuhr prayers is non-mandatory anymore. Because God cannot ask you to do two things, one at a time. God says one at a time. If I ask you to do Friday, no Dhuhr. If I ask you to do Dhuhr, no Friday. Let's suppose He asked me to do Friday, and I am sure of that, no hesitation, no disagreement. Let's just say, hypothetically. Then in that case, I know that Dhuhr is not wanted anymore. This is Dalal al-Iltizamiyya. Okay? Dalal al-Iltizamiyya, when something becomes specifically wajib, the opposite of it or its rival is dropped, because you cannot gather both of them, either this or that. But this is when the dalil is qat'. How about if the dalil is dhan? Does it have the same strength to get me this far? Remember, we are asking how far we can go with the dalil. Does it have the same strength? The qat', yes, has strength. Because qat', what do we mean by qat'? Qat' leaves no room for doubt. So if there is no room for doubt, Jum'ah is wajib, definitely I can say definitely Dhuhr is not wajib. But the dhann does not have that power. So does it approve this one?
I believe so.
Does it go to this? How do you? Say, tell me the dalil. We are very scientific and precise here. It's not guess, huh? Arash.
It's not.
Believe me, the class is not guess. Because once you give me an answer, I tell you how. Tell me the reasoning. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, if we're taking, you know, what Dalil al-Zanni to be true, once we do that, then we have to accept the corollary of it.
Who gave credibility to Dalil al-Dhanni? Is it aql or shar'?
Sure.
Exactly. It did not come automatic. The aql gave, the shar' gave value to it. Otherwise, if the shar' leaves it alone, does it have a credibility? Like the qat'? No. On the contrary, the aql says, no, listen. If you are not sure of something, don't touch it. Don't do it. If you are not sure of that, don't do it. But Sharia came later on and said, listen, I know, I understand the aql. And there is no conflict between shar' and aql. They are hand in hand. But God, as a favor to us, He's doing us a favor to make our life easier. He said, we're going to endorse it and give it the value and the price of the qat'i, though it is not qat'i, dhanni, just to make your life easier. So it did not come automatic. It came with a push from God, from the shara. It gave it a push. So now that it gave it a push, is it going to be revealing 100%?
No, still not.
Huh?
Still not. Oh,
No.
wait, if you said-
Qat'i is revealing, kashif 100%. Is dhanni kashif 100%? No. If dhanni was 100%, why do we call it dhanni? We call it qat'i. We call it dhanni because it is not revealing what is in God's book 100%. It could be 50%, 60%, 40%. But the shara' said, okay, I'll accept it. Because it has a probability, possibility. Not a definite. Possibility that it reveals what is in my book. Because of this probability, we will accept it. We will endorse it. And this is how khabar al-thiqa becomes equal to khabar al-mutawatir, though they are not equal. Khabar al-mutawatir is much higher. Khabar al-mutawatir is narrated by 50. Khabar al-thiqa is narrated by 1. And that one could be mistaken. The 50 cannot be mistaken. The 50 who are all trustworthy and they do not congregate to conspire, they do it by their own. Imagine 50 scientists, they sit, they do experiments at their own labs, separately. Then they come up with the same exact result. Don't you believe that they are right? 50 scientists. None of them work together. But if one scientist brings this result, you are not. You tell him, I respect you, you are a good man, you are my friend, but you are one. You are dhanni. Those guys are qat'i. So, khabar al-thiqa is giving the value not because the sharia gives it to it, not the aql. Not the aql. So, khabar al-thiqa can help me in this area, mutabiqi. But can it go too far to iltizami? To tell me the opposite of it is haram too? Or we should just limit ourselves to the area that where the shara' gave me authority to maneuver, not to other areas, not to venture to other. Are you with me or not, guys?
Yeah, the second one sounds better.
Huh? What?
The second one.
He likes that one better.
Yeah. Yeah. Khabar al-thiqa. See, Habibi, khabar al-thiqa. Could be, it has 50% chance of revealing what is in God's book. Sometimes 60%, sometimes, but however, it's not 100%. But the Sharia says, I will elevate this so you can accept it and depend on it and trust it. although it carries an element of faults and mismatching, it carries that. Yes or not?
It does.
Although he's thiqah, but does it mean his brain works 100%? No. Even the thiqah sometimes gets confused. Forgets.
Yeah.
Today I was backing up with the door of the garage closed and I thought it's open. For the first time in my life. Boom! I crushed the garage door. Because my mind was somewhere else. In my mind I was making a phone call, trying to make a phone call. So you make mistakes. Although you are meticulous, you are organized, but you do mistakes. But Sharia says, okay, I know he does mistake. I elevate him. God says, leave it on me. If it doesn't match, I would not hold you accountable. If it doesn't match what is in my book, he told you something is halal and it turns to be haram later on, I'm not going to. Because I told you to follow him. I told you to trust him and accept him. I'm not going to hold you accountable. I'm endorsing him, even if he does something wrong, he messes up. Like yesterday, Moonlight and, La La Land, they messed up. You're somewhere else, alhamdulillah.
I don't watch TV. He said, I don't know
He
what
doesn't
you're
watch
talking
TV.
That's why he's.
In Iran, they watch it. The whole 80 million people were watching.
Iran won best
Because
sport.
Iranian movie won. So they messed up. Imagine, minutes before I was saying they are so meticulous, look at them, so organized. They run by the second, all of a sudden they give the wrong car to the guy. Although he's thiqah, they are doing their job, but these things happen, okay? But Allah says, I know these things happen. It's not immune against error, but to make your life easy, because if I tell you don't believe the thiqah, then how are you going to write the law? Many of these ahadith, the Imam said it to someone in the room. He saw the Imam by himself. He did not broadcast. Imam did not tweet that so millions of people see it. Okay? Someone was with him in the room. So if that person is thiqah and he says, I heard the Imam, I heard the Prophet, you must trust him. After examining the chain of narrators, of course. But that thiqah can help me, let's say, in Salatul Jumu'ah is wajib, Asr al-Ghayba. Forget the first example. First example, we said the hadith is what? Qat'i. Dalil is qat'i. So we accepted it. Once we accepted it, we will accept also the opposite of it. Dhuhr is not wajib. But in this one, dalil is dhanni. So it can help me that Salatul Jumu'ah is wajib during Asr al-Ghayba. But does also help me, goes that far to tell me that Dhuhr is not wajib? Yes
No.
and no.
Yeah.
Yes and no.
Yes and no.
Yes.
Yes and no. There are two groups. الدليل المحرز القطعي له مطلول مطابقي ومدلول التزامي. دليل المحرز, my friends, دليل المحرز. محرز القطعي. محرز قطعي. Arish. محرز secured and definite. Has two, look at me here for 1 second, has two significations. We accept this signification, which is definitely we accept it. If it says something is wajib, it means it is mandatory. This is mutabiqi. And we accept this one too, iltizami. Why do we accept this one too? Because this dalil is 100%. 100%. So if it says Salatul Jumu'ah is wajib, then it means Salatul Dhuhr is not wajib. The example I gave earlier, Arish. Some 10 people, 20 people, all trustworthy. They come, they say, we saw Fulan burns in the fire right before our eyes and turns into ashes. That is the mutabiqi. Umeed?
Yes,
What is the iltizami of it? Someone,
he's dead.
this one means he's dead. So can I say, when I hear them saying Fulan burned in fire, 20 of them, 30, all of them trustworthy. secured evidence, definite evidence. They said Fulan burned in fire and turned into ashes, not half burned, you know, 1 degree. What they call it? First degree, you know. No. Let's say 50 degree, whatever. Okay? Can I say with full confidence, I say Fulan, I declare Fulan is dead. Can I say this or not? Yes. Aql says yes. They are trustworthy. They are telling you ashes. Ashes cannot recover. Maybe first degree can recover, second degree, but ashes cannot recover. So you can say. So this one, Dalal al-Iltizamiyya, is also goes with this one. Okay? Dalil al-Muhraz has madlul mutabiqi and madlul iltizami. Okay? But if it is dhanni, we come to dhanni. We did what is qat'i, now we come to dhanni. Dhanni, Dr. Omid, you said it doesn't. They say in one case it does, in another case it doesn't. Which case it does, if the dalil of dhanni? They say we have two conditions. If in the first condition, if the hujjiyya is موضوعا عاما, the hujjiyya, the authority of it, authority means hujjiyya, or the value, the hujjiyya, the value of it is a general subject. موضوع عام. What does that mean? What does that mean? Such as khabar al-thiqa. Ali, look at me, Habibi. If the hujjiyya of it is a public subject, general subject, such as khabar al-thiqa, meaning that any thiqa, any person who becomes thiqa, don't look at his color, his nationality, where he comes from. As long as he becomes thiqa, then you accept it. Not thiqa from this city, not thiqa who wears this, not a thiqa who speaks this language, any thiqa, public, generally speaking. Any person who attains the level or the status of trustworthiness, you accept it. We endorse him. Okay? In that case, this one becomes like what? Khabar al-qat'i. And if it becomes like khabar al-qat'i, then it has this signification and this signification too. So you can say Salatul Jumu'ah is wajib, while Salatul Dhuhr is not wajib. You can say with full confidence. Are you with me? So it becomes like khabar al-qat'i. Although it is khabar al-dhanni, but the subject of it is all the thiqa. Anyone thiqa who comes, then trust him, accept him, okay? And then when he tells you that Salatul Jumu'ah is wajib, also he connotes, or means that Salatul Dhuhr is not wajib.
And that's said if the shara designates a generality to the subject.
Exactly. And this is how he designates. He said, in ja'aka thiqatun. The hadith, the dalil says trustworthy. Any trustworthy.
Without specific.
Exactly. As long as you know this is a trustworthy, then you accept his hadith. The second condition, where it does not include this, it only includes this. It does not stretch to include this one.
So the first one, in the first case, the dhanni becomes mutabiqi as well as iltizami.
Exactly. In this one. I said in this one, In general, well, no specific, the subject is general. When the subject is general, it becomes مطابقي and التزامي as well as التزامي. But if the subject is specific, what does specific mean? Specific versus general. Habibi, please be with me. In that one, the subject was general. Any thiqah who comes to you. In that case, the strength or the power of it or the hujjiyah is going to incorporate this and that. This and that. But when the subject is specific, not general, it only incorporates this without that. What is the example of this? The example of this, if you think of the introduction I gave you tonight, before we went into the lesson, you can get it. We said dalil has, how many types of dalil secured we have? Two. One is qat'i, one is dhanni. And the dhanni, how many examples I gave? Two examples. One is khabar al-thiqa, and the other, what was the other? ظهور الكلام. Exactly. حباب. ظهور الكلام. ظهور. الظهور. They call it الظهور. ألف لام. When they call it الظهور, ظهور الكلام. ظهور الكلام is given حجية, credibility, just like خبر الثقة. It's دليل ظني. But the Sharia gave it credibility, حجية, حجية. Why? For the same reason that they gave it to this guy. Because if you don't work upon the dhuhur, your life is going to be mess. Your life is going to be mess. As an example, you see a stop sign. Stop sign in the street. You say, no, probably DMV, they don't mean to stop. They mean move, you know. Or if you wish, if you like, you can stop. If you don't like, just no. Stop means a stop. Dhuhur. Ask anyone, what does stop? Stop means I come to a halt. Stop.
In Europe, no. If you don't understand, no, really.
No, you have to stop 3 seconds.
It's called it the California. It's called rolling.
When they were teaching us what they call it, driving school, they said you have to stop and count 1, 2, 3, and then move. And then, of course, you look left and right, and then you go. Okay? So the dhuhur of a stop is to stop. Dhuhur of salli, it means wajib. Dhuhur of som, fast, wajib, not mustahab. Unless there is what? Qarina, exactly. Now, if this dhuhur has dhuhur, it becomes hujjah. But if it does not have dhuhur, it's like Europe. If the dhuhur carries some dhuhur with it, meaning people know that yes, salli, has dhuhur. But suppose they go into another society, salli does not have that dhuhur. Then it does not become hujjah. Shari' did not say, Shari' says when the dhuhur has dhuhur, I make it hujjah. But if the dhuhur does not have dhuhur, it doesn't have hujjah.
You mean different meanings?
If a teacher is really teacher, then we endorse him. But if a teacher who's teaching is not really a teacher, we don't endorse him. Do you get the example?
Yeah.
If the dhuhur has dhuhur, yes, people can understand from it, dhuhur, the apparent meaning, then we give it a credibility. But if people do not understand the apparent meaning, we can't give it a credibility. So it doesn't have hujjah. It doesn't have hujjah. They say this type, it will have this dalala, but it cannot have this one. حجية
It's still
الظهور.
speculation.
Exactly. So the ظهور, when it comes to this مطابقية, if the ظهور صلي, let's say صلي. صلي means, what does it mean صلي?
Pray,
Huh?
pray. Establish prayer.
Means do, افعل. Huh?
It's an amr.
Exactly, And what amr, what do you understand from amr?
It's a command.
Exactly, أحسنت, command, واجب. Okay? Therefore, we get this meaning out of it, that it is wajib. But do we get the meaning of it from the dhuhur? From the dhuhur. Further meaning that the opposite of it is haram or mustahab?
No.
Can you repeat that? I'll try.
Oh, wait, you said suddenly.
Yeah.
Oh, suddenly, yes.
My friends, we have two types of dhuhur. One dhuhur is public. People understand it. People get it. This is dhuhur al-urfi. Dhuhur al-urfi. Dhuhur al-urfi. What does dhuhur al-urfi mean? Means public appearance. Public appearance. Public appearance. People get it. People understand it. So, if we have dhuhur, that public get it and understand it, the urf accepted, urf means the public opinion, would accept it, then it will have this one, look at me, this one and that one. Meaning if the salat is wajib, then the opposite of it, the metaphor of it, the inseparable meaning of it does not become haram, neither becomes mustahab, because it's only wajib. But if the dhuhur is non-public, غير عرفي, the urf does not relate to it, does not understand it, doesn't get it. That type of dhuhur, you call it dhuhur. You, because you are an expert. But the public, others, they say, no, there is no dhuhur in this. We can't. This is anonymous. This is not a good dhuhur, not a good appearance. The appearance of it is weak, is not confidential, does not give us confidence to say, yeah, this is dhuhur. So they call it non-urfi, غير urfi. Are you with me, Dr. Ali?
Yes.
In that case, that dhuhur works only in this area, but does not work in that area anymore, because it's too weak. The injection of it is not that strong. It cannot get to this area. So we have two dhuhur. الظهور العرفي المفهوم عند العرف. غير العرفي ليس مفهوما عند العرف. It's unknown. مجهول. It's not known among the public opinion. Of course they say ظهور غير العرفي. Omid. They say only this dhuhur is, we call it dhuhur. The other one, which is غير عرفي, we don't even call it dhuhur. Forget about it. Are you with me? Only the type of dhuhur where is legitimate and we accept its dhuhur and its appearance when it becomes urfi. But the one which is non-urfi, we don't even call it dhuhur. Forget about it. That's not dhuhur. Inshallah, the rest of this difficult and tough lesson tomorrow, inshallah. Sallallahu wa sallam ala Sayyidina Muhammad wa ahli baytihi at-tayyibin at-tahirin.